Sup, guys? Super quick vid today, but wanted to talk about this quick article on the internet I found about a conservative alarmed over polling showing 8 in 10 Republicans want fascist race war. I mean, he can't be this stupid, right? Like, this man can't be this fucking stupid. Alright, let's see. Conservative Bulwark editor Jonathan Last argued there are two groups of President Donald Trump's voters: those who signed on to deport 20 million immigrants regardless of where they had committed any crime, and those who signed on to Trump's plan to remove only illegal immigrants who are criminals. See, he has a fundamental misunderstanding of the situation. Those aren't the two groups of people. It's those who signed on to deport 20 million immigrants regardless of where they had committed a crime, and those who were too cowardly to admit that's what they wanted. Those are the two groups of people, not like just those who committed crimes. The real groups are those who wanted to deport 20 million immigrants and just do fascism again, versus those who were who were too cowardly to just admit that's what they wanted. But let's go on. Let's say because people are stupid. That first group of voters believe that there were 20 million undocumented immigrants who have committed felonies. This is not possible. This is not possible. Well, this is where he's wrong. They don't believe they committed like felonies. In their eyes, their existence alone is enough to like justify it being like a crime. Their existence is a crime to them. Being anywhere near them is a crime to these racist ass fuckers. The total number of people in jail in America today, this includes federal, state, local, and tribal land prisons, is just under 2 million. The number of undocumented immigrants who have committed serious crimes cannot be 10 times the entire prison population of the United States. If it were, the daily life in America would look like Escape from New York. Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like they didn't believe that they were all actually just doing crimes and they just wanted to get rid of all the people doing crimes, right? Like that's so strange. It's almost like they just wanted to get rid of all of them. So some Trump voters were duped owing to their general ignorance and innumeracy, but others were not. No, they weren't. The only thing that Trump duped them on is making them think this would make them happy, that this would make their lives better. But remember, these people, what they truly care about is like they don't care if they're the most miserable pieces of shit in existence, as long as someone else is having a slightly worse time. Preferably as long as that other person is like darker than them. That's what they care about. The last question last wants to answer is how many dupe voters for Trump versus the avowed racists who simply want brown people gone. That's 100%. 100% want brown people gone. I'm just gonna. He has to get his answer. Review AP and NRC poll showing consistent 80% support for Trump's immigration policies among Republicans. It may say 80%, but it's 100. Those other 20 would be like, oh, they were a little too rough. If we weren't seeing the videos, they would just be like, oh, they're doing great. They're fine. This is all perfectly fine. It seems pretty clear that at best 1 in 5 Trump voters were duped. The majority of them are getting exactly what they wanted. See, it's this it, it's this coddling of Republicans that always happens. Republicans, fucking right wingers, they're always treated with like soft hands because they're like, oh no, they didn't mean to do anything bad. They were just duped. They were tricked. How could they have known? How about listening to any fucking thing Trump said during the campaigns? So no, they don't get a pass. Republican voters don't get a pass. They are just as guilty, just as hateful as everybody else who openly says they did this to get rid of brown and black people. That's a lot of racists in one party. The whole party is racist. The whole party is demons. That's how that works. Yeah, avowed racists occupying high federal positions. Vice President J.D. Vance, Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller. We have you guys seen that video of Stephen Miller just like as a kid being the most like I'm a virgin you've ever met. And then we got Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. All these people, um, like racist pieces of shit. And honestly, the sad part is like these are the kind of dipshits who be like, we are the superior race while looking the way they do. It's fucking hilarious. As indicated by recent Homeland claim to seek deportation of 100 million, seeking the deportation of 100 million. That's insane. There are 43 million foreign-born Americans. Most of them are legal immigrants. In order to perform 100 million deportations, DHS would have to round up every immigrant of any status, even naturalized citizens, and then also snatch 57 million Americans citizens' birth and deport them too. See, the thing is, the 100 million number, it's just a big number because they are failing in making your life better in so many ways in every way possible. Just failing. They can't do anything to make your life better. It's like they just throw out big numbers to make it seem like they're going to accomplish something. Of course, that they're never going to accomplish it. Second, that shit ain't gonna make anybody's life better. It's just gonna cause more misery. Want to guess who those other 57 million Americans might be? Last asked before sharing a recent U.S. Department of Labor ex post ordering Americans to remember who you are. Last said this slogan is a dead ringer from the Adolf Hitler's own iconic "One people, one country's one leader." I can't remember who it was, but I think it was Kristi Noem who was giving a press conference, and she had on her podium like a straight up white nationalist, Nazi ass fucking slogan in front of her podium. But if I can remember, I'll put up the picture right here. Okay, on one hand, it feels weird to say that the U.S. government is attempting some low key ethnic cleansing. It's not weird. It's just true. That's just what's happening. We've done it before. We're doing it again. Like on the other hand, the reality is that we have a mass secret police force going door to door attempting to kidnap brown people. One government agency publicly daydreaming about deporting 100 million people, and another government agency saying that the ideal worker is a 20-year-old white guy. Dude, they aren't like it's so mask off the fact that anyone could have these ideas that like, oh, I don't like I thought he was just gonna get the bad guys. Like it like if anyone ever says that to you, keep in mind they're fucking lying to you. They know what they wanted, they know what they were getting. They they're just such little pussies, they can't fucking admit it. Because people are getting so pissed off, they're scared to admit that they're gonna do this. We need to go back to the day where people are afraid to admit they're Republican. If you admitting you're a Republican should be the same as admitting you're a member of the KKK, you're a member of fucking neo-Nazi, a neo-Nazi party. It should be the same as like admitting you killed a person. Last said, this information mingles horribly with the White House obsession with white Americans falling fertility rate and the constant citation of stuff white people like. Yeah, it's and yeah, just more racist dog whistling from the White House. Like, who? Big surprise there. But just there's a link to there's a link to this guy's actual article. But it's insane because like this is where like the Nazi slogans are not an accident. Yeah, how many Americans want a race war? Like we have to stop treating them like they're like Republicans are some tricked minority, like some poor babies who got tricked. No, they're racist pieces of shit, and they need to be punished for it. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's I don't like they mentioned here Renee Good, lady who died, but unfortunately, it's gonna take something like it's gonna unfortunately her death did have to be the trigger for like all these mass protests, and I hope these protests don't stop. I hope they keep going. I hope that like one day a general strike, we hit that mark for a general strike. Anyway, that just wanted to talk about this article real quick, how this guy discovered, I guess, that it turns out his team is racist. Anyways, see ya. See ya, guys. Bye.